Hello, everybody. Welcome to Community Stadium in Ashland, Ohio. It's week 6 of the high school football season, and both teams we see tonight are undefeated. It is Ashland 5-0 against West Holmes, who is also 5-0. It's an offense for Ashland that scored 144 points against an offense from West Holmes that scored 135 through 5 weeks. It might be the question, though, of which defense breaks. West Holmes has given up only 43 points on the season. Ashland's defense has given up just 40. So we'll see which quarterback, or which offense, if you will, has their way tonight.
Well, there's a lot of impressive things on both sides of the football. First thing that jumped out at me, both these offensive lines are big. But believe it or not, Ashland's is a little bit bigger, but they're both big. They both feature bruising running backs in Eisenhower and Gonzalez, tall quarterbacks, 6'3", 6'2", solid defenses, and a really nice blend of run offense and pass offense. This is a lot like a Big Ten matchup. Neither team relies on the pass too much versus the run. Very balanced, and I think that explains why both at 5-0 have playoff aspirations.
Ashland last week pretty much took care of business as they went to Worcester and beat a young General team by a final count of 30-7. When we left Clear Fork last week and they announced the score of 14-3 and Madison was ahead of West Holmes, we thought that, well, the Knights were going down to their first defeat. Not so. They came back with 6.5 minutes left and won it 17-14. I dare say they can't afford to get into that kind of mess tonight.
Well, I think also you might go back and think, well, in that memorable season, and if this season turns out to be that way for Coach Estep, he may look back and say, remember that Madison game, that game where we were down 14 with only 4 minutes to go, and we found a way to get a win. That could have been a magical week last week for these Knights.
Well, as they say, never get beat deep if you play in the secondary. Well, enough talk. The kickoff is coming up in just a couple of moments.
Give me an F, give me an R, give me an E, free. Give me a checking account with Empire. It's free, free, free.
We'll give you $25. Our free checking offers you no monthly fees, no minimum balance, free online banking and bill payment, free checks. Support your school with Spirit Checks, featuring your team's logo on every check. For every box you order, we make a cash donation to your school.
We got Spirit, yes we do. We got Spirit, how about you?
Empire Affiliates, your community credit union. Join us today.
Be a part of it.
Where can you find a warm, inviting atmosphere? Story times and programs for children and adults, and books galore. At the library, of course. We bring the world to you. Here you can explore and enjoy the things that interest you most. Whatever you need, information, recreation, culture, the library is a resource you can rely on. Visit a branch of the Mansfield-Richland County Public Library today.
You have endless possibility at the library.
The WMFD Sports Game of the Week is presented by Empire Affiliates, your community credit union, and brought to you in part by The Ohio State University at Mansfield, Gandert Door Company, Empress Express, Richland Bank, and by Mid-Ohio Collision Center.
Community Stadium, it is homecoming here tonight on the 100th year of high school football here in Ashland, and so far the century of celebration has been a good one. 5 games, 5 wins. And according to the coaching staff and also those who keep track of such things here at Ashland High School, this is the best start the Arrows have had in 43 years. So we've got to go all the way back to 1963 to match a 5-0 start.
Well, I'll bet you that the football boosters in Holmes County down there in Millersburg might offer up the same thing. It's been a long time since we've opened up 5-0.
West Holmes won the toss, and they have deferred. They will kick off to Ashland. West Holmes dressed in white uniforms trimmed in red and blue. Ashland in black trimmed in orange and white.
And if you are not familiar with what they've done here at Community Stadium, they put in synthetic turf in the off-season, a project that cost $609,000, a project that was split between the high school and Ashland University.
Corey Galbraith will kick off, and this game is underway. He hits it, and it will be Kurt Gillespie at the 5. He's to the 10, he's to the 15, he is to the 20 and stopped at the 21-yard line. In on the stop for West Holmes was number 9, Brock Baker.
Arrows on offense, keyed around the quarterback, Taylor Housewright, the running back. He's a bruiser, Dan Eisenhower. Brandon Harris, he is the leading the leading receiver for Scott Valentine's Arrows. And big Cody Wolf and Curtis Carmen, over 300 pounds along that offensive line.
Ashland first down and 10. Ball at about their own 21-yard line as this game is just underway. Taylor Housewright to start at quarterback. Gets the snap, give it away. Eisenhower's got it, and West Holmes has him just about immediately as he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Second and long.
West Holmes on defense. It's Mark Acom, 85 stops from his linebacker spot, number 1 in the OCC. He leads Coach Tom Estep's defensive unit, and make no mistake about it, you are seeing the two premier defenses in the OCC. 40 points given up by the Ashland Arrow defense, 43 points given up on the season by the Knights of West Holmes.
Mark Acom made that last tackle, loss of 1. It's second down 11. Ashland ball at about their own 20-yard line. Housewright is back to throw. He has some time. He is throwing for Cooper, and the ball is caught. Cooper's got it. He's knocked down in West Holmes territory at about the 44-yard line. In on the stop for West Holmes was Brant Baker. Nate Cooper gives Ashland a first down and 10 with a pretty good catch at West Holmes' 44-yard line, and there is the replay.
36 yards on the reception. The ball delivered perfectly. Jump ball, let your athlete go out and make a play, and that's exactly what Cooper did. 36 yards and the first down for the Arrows.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ashland ball is at the West Holmes 44-yard line. Initial possession for the Arrows. Snap of the ball. They give it away to Logan Kerr. Kerr trying to turn the corner. Cuts it up inside. Maybe got 2 as he got to the West Holmes 42-yard line. Pretty good pursuit by the West Holmes defense. In on the stop for the Knights was number 69. That's Broden Estep. Second down and 8, Ashland.
Seemed like a slow developing play off left tackle. Defensive front on the right side for West Holmes. Caught up to Logan Kerr, brought him down for just a 2-yard pickup on first down.
Second down and 8, both of these teams, 5 games, 5 wins. The kind of game you want to be doing as you start off the second half of the season. 3 wide receivers for Ashland on their second and 8, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Snap of the ball, Housewright will keep it himself to the 40 and brought down at about the 36-yard line. Brought down by the Knights' Ben Snyder. That'll bring up a third down and a manageable 3. Third and 3.
Well, Taylor Housewright, he's a runner. He'll take off on you out of that shotgun formation. Last week in the win over Worcester, he ran for 102 yards and 2 scores, and he threw for 137 and 2 more scores. So where Johnson on the West Holmes side of the football will not run usually from the quarterback spot, Taylor Housewright, he's looking for lanes right away out of shotgun.
Housewright with a play from head coach Scott Valentine on this third down, 3 yards to go. They need to get to the 39 of West Holmes. Housewright is back. He's under pressure, being chased, throws for the sidelines. Was the catch made by Logan Kerr? Yes, at the 30. And that is a first down for the Arrows. They'll put it down at the 29-yard line. So first down, 10 yards to go for Ashland. There you see it again.
Well, Logan Kerr knew exactly where he needed to get. A little bit of pad beyond the first down sticks. Keeps the drive alive. First down number 2 on the drive. The first catch of the night for Logan Kerr.
First down 10, Ashland. Ball's at the West Holmes 29-yard line. They go with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. West Holmes brings their defensive backs up close. Here's Housewright going to carry the football to the 25 and down to about the 22-yard line. Acom and Snyder make the tackle for West Holmes. Good gain on first down. Second and short, Ashland.
Impressive drive in the double threat by number 5. This time, little fake into the line. He pulls it out of the belly of the back coming through and takes it off the right side for about 7 yards. A healthy 7. Second down and short.
Second down, and we'll call it 3. There is head coach Scott Valentine, who has got this program turned around and started it when he took over back in 2002. Took him to the playoffs in 03. Handoff, Eisenhower has a first down, 15 to the 10. He's to the 5, then down to the 4. First and goal, Ashland. One of the Knights in on the stop again was number 30, Mark Acom.
Well, held to no gain on his first carry. Eisenhower that time rips off 17 yards and about knocks the DB on his backside going into the end zone.
And that DB was Sean Johnson, your starting quarterback. First and goal, Ashland from just beyond the 5-yard line.
Well, before he takes his first snap from center, he's going to have a headache as big Mr. Eisenhower at 230 pounds just about ran over him.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Snap. Housewright keeps it himself, cuts up inside, touchdown, Ashland. And the Arrows take the opening kickoff and drive it down the field and go up 6-0 with a try for point coming up.
That's about as impressive opening drive as Scott Valentine and his coaching staff could have hoped for.
And he gets the congrats from head coach Scott Valentine, and that's exactly what Coach G wanted to see. As you see the replay, they did this plenty during Madison's contest, and they like to run Taylor Housewright. Not maybe a bruising runner, but effective there. 5 yards, good for 6.
Well, he's a good thrower, so you have to respect pass, and that opens up lanes. It's a lot like Kyle Simmons for Orville. The DBs have to respect him, and that opens up the ability to run.
Ball down, kick is up, kick is on the way, and the kick by Andy Baker is good out of the hold of Anthony Fairhurst. So with 7 minutes, 38 seconds left to go in the first period, Ashland leads West Holmes 7-0. We'll be back.
For nearly 15 years, Empress Express has been serving the finest in Chinese cuisine. Empress Express prepares your favorite Chinese dishes when you order them. Fast, fresh, and delicious. All entrees are made from the highest quality meats and vegetables and are wok cooked to seal in the natural juices without being greasy. There is a difference in Chinese food. Taste for yourself. Call us today or come into Empress Express on Park Avenue West in Mansfield.
Richland Bank has a checking account to fit your style. Our new line of personal checking accounts makes choosing the right one for you even easier. And now there are even more ways to qualify for a checking account with no monthly service charge. Personal checking accounts feature a free Visa check card, free personal online banking, and online bill pay. Ask any Richland banker for details when you stop by or call any of our 13 locations. Bank with a leader in checking. Choose Richland Bank.
Richland Bank, expect a difference.
By Logan Kerr, and with that, mix in 6 rushes, and you've got a Taylor Housewright 5-yard touchdown run.
Spicer's kick comes down to Matt Neal. Neal up the near side, hit and dropped at about the 26-27-yard line. So first and 10, West Holmes.
John Johnson runs the offense for West Holmes, and Coach Tom Estep, he's a senior, 819 yards and 6 touchdowns. Favorite target? Matt Neal, the wide receiver, has 414 yards on 20 catches, and the premier guy on the ground for the Knights is Scott Gonzalez, the junior running back, 461 yards and 6 touchdowns.
That last drive by the Arrows, I believe, right around 79 yards. Up, let's see what West Holmes can do. That snap comes to number 15. That's Matt Neal, who tries to go around the far side and picks up what looks like 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 for West Holmes.
Pair of linebackers leads the defense for Ashland. Shadron Starn, 74 tackles. He is among the leaders in the OCC in that category. Also at linebacker, Kurt Gillespie with 51 stops. And that's the one thing, Matt Neal on that run, getting back to that, Jeff, he actually has 23 carries from the wing or the slot position. So they'll bring him around, and Johnson will give him the handoff. That is part of the offense. Not only does he catch it, but he'll run it.
Officials timeout. It looks as though one of the West Holmes players is headed to the bench. I don't know if it's the equipment problem or what the problem might be. It looks as though he has a problem with his headgear. 2nd down and 4, West Holmes. Ball at about the 33. Johnson now in formation at quarterback. Gets the snap. He gives it away to Neal, trying to turn the corner. Neal close to the first down sticks as he's run out of bounds on the far side. Running him out of bounds on the far side over there was Shadron Starnes from his linebacker position. And depending on where they put the football down, we'll see if it's a first down. Looks like it is.
Well, deep belly route to get that football, so slow developing, but give Matt Neal credit. Coming into the ball game tonight, Neal had rushed 23 times for 105 yards, and he had caught 20 balls for 414. So rushing it, passing it, he had 43 touches coming into the ball game this evening.
You know, that carry good for a first down and 10. West Holmes Knights football resting at about the 38-yard line, their own. Johnson in shotgun gets the snap. He turns, gives it away. Running with the football is Carter. Carter crosses the 40 up to about the 41-yard line. Shadron Starnes again in on the stop for Ashland, along with number 22, Kurt Gillespie.
Travis Carter gets the football. He has been nursing a knee sprain, and when you're 5'11", 230 pounds, you got a lot of force coming down on the knees. I think Coach Estep would tell you tonight he's probably as healthy as he has been all season. Looking forward to a healthy Travis Carter. He picks up 4 on first down.
Second down, 7 yards to go. West Holmes ball at their own 41. Snap. Again, they run an inside counter. This is Gonzalez to the outside. 50, 45, 40, 35. Run down at the 30-yard line. They'll put him out at the 28. First and 10, West Holmes. In on the stop for the Arrows and saving a possible touchdown was Tyler McFarland.
How about the misdirection? They establish Neal on that deep belly, and then they pull it out of his stomach and give it to the inside back, Gonzalez. He gets his first touch tonight, and he breaks it for 30 yards. How about that misdirection by the West Holmes Knights?
Sometimes they run out of that unbalanced, and if they run a counter, look out. Got to read your keys. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Johnson back to throw. He's in trouble. He loses the football, and Ashland has fallen on it, I believe. Let's see. Ashland says they've got it, but nobody in a striped shirt has indicated either way. It's Ashland's football. So the first turnover goes the way of the Arrows. And coming up with the fumble recovery underneath all of that is Ian Connery.
Opportunistic Connery with the first turnover of the night. Take a look and see what happens to Johnson. He's moving up in the pocket, gets pressure up the middle. Linebacker offering it is Cody Fast. Kind of runs into his own man and loses the handle on the football, and Connery right there to scoop it up. First and 10 Arrows on the turnover.
First down, 10 yards to go.
There's our homecoming queen. Homecoming queen tonight is Natasha Solomon.
Hello, Your Highness. Gain on the play for Dan Eisenhower, about a yard. Second down and 9.
There she is. And Highness would refer to the homecoming king. That's the queen. That's not Highness, is it?
They have kings now?
They have a king. There's a homecoming king here tonight. That's the queen. Make no mistake about that.
Ah, you young people today. Okay. 5 minutes, 5 seconds left to go. First quarter, Ashland 7 and West Holmes nothing. Ashland with the football, second down and 9. Ball close to the 35-yard line. Snap of the ball, back to throw. Is Eisenhower over the middle. Pass was intended for the tight end, Conrad Edson. He was wide open. He just overthrew him.
Not used to going after the tight end. He has thrown every pass of the season, Taylor Housewright has, and he's found 9 different receivers. But that one overthrown on second down brings up third down. 4:53 remaining.
There's Coach Estep. Boy, he elevated the program at West Holmes.
Coach Rick Beans at Clear Fork, after playing West Holmes in the final regular season game last year, said West Holmes, look out for them in 06. And so far, they're 5 for 5. Back to throw is Housewright. He's in trouble and he goes down. Nobody open, and he decided to eat the football instead of chance a throw. One of the fellows in putting pressure on him again was Mark Akem. So it's fourth down and about 10, and Ashland will punt the football away, and into that is number 18, that's Andy Baker. Back deep to receive for West Holmes is Matt Neal.
Coming into the ball game, West Holmes playing out of Division III, Region 11. They are 5th in their region. Remember, top 8 teams make the playoffs. Ashland is Division II, Region 6, and they are 3rd.
Pretty good hit by Baker. Neal's got it at his 31 to the 35 and pushed out of bounds. And pushing him out of bounds, Shademan Starnes. So first and 10 West Holmes, their second possession on the night. Last time they had it, they had a pretty good drive going before they coughed up the football on a fumble.
Well, I tell you, I have to admit to you, going down on the field before the game, that spongy synthetic turf, I was feeling pretty quick down there at pregame.
Is that right?
I was feeling extremely quick on the field tonight, so I can only imagine the guys who are a lot quicker than I would probably enjoy playing on this synthetic turf. Maybe for many of these players, first time they've ever played, visiting team. Obviously the Arrows have played here, but visiting teams coming in, maybe the first opportunity they've ever had to be on the turf.
Back to throw Johnson, lets it fly, pass is caught. Lecky's got it across midfield, knocked down at the 48. Making the catch, Josh Leckie in Ashland territory. First down and 10 for the West Holmes Knights.
First down number 3, so first downs are even at 3. High snap from shotgun. Johnson does a good job bringing it in, and Leckie does a nice job concentrating. Little slight bobble, but he does pull it in and gets the first down.
Brandon Harris made that last tackle for Ashland. Clock at 3 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in the first period. Arrows up by 7. Johnson gets the snap, and he will give it away. Running with the football is Gonzalez, and Gonzalez got away from about 3 or 4 Arrows before he finally is tripped up and knocked down as he crossed the 45 and got to the 44, which will bring up a third down, and we'll call it a long 5. Kurt Gillespie made the tackle.
Well, coming in, Gonzalez carrying the football here for the second time tonight. He is the 4th leading rusher in the OCC, 461 yards. 6 touchdowns, just a junior. So Coach Estep has Scott Gonzalez back again next season.
2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Both of them flanked over there. Snap of the ball. And back to throw Johnson off play action. Wide open over the middle. Catching it for a first down is number 30, Mark Acom. First and 10 for West Holmes as they cross the 30. And nope, they're going to put it right on the 30.
First catch of the night for Acom. He had 8 catches coming in. He picks up 1 there, right over the middle. It's Johnson to Acom, so 2 out of 2 now for Sean Johnson. That is first down number 4 for the Knights.
Shademan Starnes made that last tackle. It's first down 10 for the Knights. Ball at the Ashland 30-yard line. Johnson gets the snap, and he gives it away this time. Running with the football was the first back through there. And that is number 36,
Big
Carter.
old Travis Carter. Travis, 16 carries, 118 yards coming into the ball game tonight. And he is a load. He is 230 pounds from the running back spot. Big offensive lines and big bruising runners on both these teams. And quarterbacks who can pass the football.
Gain of about 2 on that last play. Second and 8 for West Holmes. Ball at the Ashland 28. They'll give it away on the run again. And again, it's Travis Carter as he crosses the 25 and gets down to the Ashland 23-yard line. One of the Arrows riding him down, linebacker Cody Fast. Third down and about 4. Clock moving with 1 minute, 45 seconds to go in a fast-moving first quarter.
Well, both these teams working out of shotgun. That time again, the inside handoff out of shotgun from Johnson to Carter. Carter now 3 carries for 10 yards. See the Ashland assistant coaches.
3 wide receivers to the near side of the field. They put 2 up top to the far side. Back to throw Johnson. Throws it inside. The pass is complete. Getting it down to about the 20-yard line. Very close to a first down there, as it was just a little hitch pattern. Ball caught by number 9, Brock Baker. He is close to a West Holmes first down and has it. So first and 10 for the Knights with 1 minute 17 to go here in the first quarter. First down 10 at about the 19.
First down number 5. First catch of the night for Brock Baker. Inside slant, just a couple of yards past the line of scrimmage. He hauls it in, Baker does, and gets enough yardage after the catch to get the first down.
First and 10, West Holmes, ball on about the Ashland 19. Johnson drops the ball. It's loose, and I think Ashland has it again. Let's see. Yes. So again, West Holmes drives the football into Ashland territory and coughs it up, and the Arrows get another turnover. Boy, oh boy, nothing more frustrating than driving the football down the field and then shooting yourself in the foot.
Looking about as impressive on offense as you can. Ashland took the first drive and impressed everyone. West Holmes takes their second possession right down the field. Looks like they're headed to the end zone, and instead they short circuit for the second consecutive drive via the fumble.
Ashland first and 10, ball at about their own 21-yard line after the fumble. Snap, give it away. Eisenhower running the football. Got to about the 22, maybe the 23-yard line for a gain on the play of about 2, and that's all. One of the Knights in on the stop for West Holmes was Tyler Hawkins, number 54.
Well, with teams so evenly matched, and statistically these teams are about as dead even as you could be, I think I'll take a page out of your book. You often make the claim that the team that turns the ball over least will win the game. Boy, and in this game, it certainly in the first quarter is setting itself up to be just that way.
Timeout Ashland with 22.1 seconds to go here in the quarter. And leading 7-0. And there you see some of the Sweet 16 of the Ashland High School Marching Band.
We're going to go from a dandy in the OCC to a dandy in the NCC next week. Our first shot at the undefeated Lucas Cubs. They'll be at Winford. Winford once beat, but both teams undefeated in NCC play. And if that holds up through tonight's action, then it'll be a battle of undefeated in NCC play next week at Winford. We'll have the game for you at midnight, Saturday morning at 8. Scores and More live on Friday evenings from the studio at 11:20. And then the replay of Scores and More 7:30 Saturday morning kicks off our Saturday morning Scores and More Game of the Week doubleheader.
Winford playing at Ontario as we speak tonight. And then Lucas took the long bus ride to Mount Blanchard, Ohio to play Riverdale.
Next week for these teams, Ashland will be at home to take on Orville. That's going to be a dandy. West Holmes returns home, and they will face Mansfield Senior.
Second down and 8, ball at the 23. Again, they give it away to Eisenhower. Dan breaks contain and crosses the 30 and is close to the 31-yard line. Might be just a hair shy of his first down, but let's see. They're going to call for a timeout and measure. And from where the spot is, maybe he's got it for the nose of the football. They're not even going to measure. They say first down. So first down, Ashland, with 15 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. And they may not run another play.
Well, Tyler Housewright just got to play, but no real reason to hurry as the clock is now down to about 5 seconds, and they'll just run the clock out and be satisfied with a 7-0 lead after one.
After one period to play, our score, Ashland 7 and West Holmes nothing.
Boy, I'm sure glad my dad's doors are tough. My dad says Gander Doors installs quality doors with kids like me in mind. He says that the life of a garage door endures a lot of hardship from active families who have kids like me. People have been trusting Gander Doors for 3 generations. So when you need a garage door, you should call my dad at Gander Doors. Right, Dad?
That's right, son. So give us a call at Gander Doors, 529-2002.
My name is Leslie, and I'm a business and accounting major here at North Central State College. Teachers are very helpful. They're willing to work around your schedule and help you out, help you to succeed.
The cost is really affordable for a young person that's trying to get out on their own. I like the small classrooms, the one-on-one contact with the teachers.
I chose human services so I can help try to make a difference.
The WMFD Sports Game of the Week is presented by Empire Affiliates, your community credit union. Also sponsored in part by First Federal Bank of Ohio, Richland County Children's Services, First Drug, and by Miller's Jewelry.
Officials in tonight's ball game. The referee tonight is Tom Weckeser. The umpire tonight, Rick Bullock. Linesman is Randy Waller. The line judge is Rick Gilliard. And the back judge this evening is Tim Reynolds.
First down and 10, Ashland. Ball at the 31 as we start the second quarter. They give it away to Eisenhower, and he's hit right about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1.
Push for 1. 6 carries now for Eisenhower for 29 yards. The ball game last year was a close one. Ashland beat West Holmes last season 27-24.
One of the West Holmes Knights in on the tackle was Derek McCluggage. 11:28 left to go here before the half. Ashland up 7-0 after taking the opening kickoff and driving 79 yards for a touchdown. Point after was good, and that's where we're at. West Holmes drove deep into territory of Ashland twice, but fumbled it away. Pass down the middle, pass incomplete, intended for Nate Cooper. It looks as though somebody wanted a fly pattern, and Cooper gave him a post. Somebody was mixed up.
Yeah, I think the other side of that story, at score 7-0 Ashland, West Holmes had 2 impressive first quarter drives, and they fumbled to end both of those drives. Good first quarter of football. West Holmes just did not protect the football.
Third down and 9, Ashland. Two wide receivers far side of the field, one near side. Housewright is back. He has time. He throws for Cooper, and Cooper brings it in with one hand and drops it, but he drops the flag. Did the official, and maybe, let's see, might be defensive or maybe offensive pass interference. Let's see who he calls it on. Brent
They're
Baker
going to call it on Brent
defending.
Baker. The defensive back for West Holmes was engaged in too close contact for the officials to tolerate. Let them make the call for us.
Defensive pass interference. So that won't be where the pass would have been caught as it is in pro ball. They will just mark off the yardage, and it'll be 1st and 10 Ashland.
First down by penalty.
They'll mark off 15 yards.
First down and 10, Ashland. Ball will be put down at their own 47 with 11:09 to go in the half. Arrows to the line of scrimmage. Again, defensive backs crowd the wide receivers. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. They give it away to Eisenhower. Dan hits the 49, and West Holmes gets him right there. Gain of 2, that's all. 2nd and 8.
Pass interference penalty was the first penalty of the evening. Well-played football game so far.
Mark Acom gets off the bottom of the pile. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8, Ashland. Ball resting just shy of their own 49-yard line.
Last week it was Ashland beating Worcester 30-7. That was a game where the Ashland defense held the Generals to 85 total yards. And a squeaker for West Holmes. They beat Madison 17-14, scoring 2 touchdowns in the final 4 minutes.
Housewright keeps the football himself, crosses midfield, crosses West Holmes 45 and gets close to the 44, where it will bring up a 3rd down and 1. Acom again on the tackle for the Knights. 3rd and about 1.5 yards for West Holmes, or I beg your pardon, Ashland.
Well, see, this is the extra weapon that you have to guard against, because you almost have to dedicate a spy to the quarterback, Taylor Housewright, to make sure that he doesn't take off out of shotgun formation. And he's done it a lot. He's rushed for 232 yards and a couple of touchdowns. So he brings an extra dimension.
Arrows need to get just beyond the West Holmes 43-yard line. House riding shotgun, trying to keep it himself. He's not going to get the first down. He is tackled behind the line of scrimmage back at the 49-yard line as West Holmes was laying in wait for him that time. Fumbled the football when he hit the pro grass, but they said he was down. And in on the stop, number 54, and that's Tyler Hawkins. And it's 4th down and about 5, Ashland. And Baker comes in to punt the football away. Matt Neal back deep to receive.
Hawkins, a big boy, 6'3", 250 pounds, but he tracked down Housewright on a big 3rd down and brings up the punting situation.
Not a real good punt, but he's going to get a good roll out of it. And this football is going to roll out of bounds at the 9-yard line. So just as I say, not a good punt, it works out just fine.
Well, remember, we've got synthetic turf. That's the punter's best friend.
So 1st down and 10, West Holmes, ball deep in their own territory at their own 9-yard line with 9:04 to go in the half, and Ashland up 7-zip.
Well, let's see if West Holmes has the ability to finish off a drive here. They've been moving the football right down the field between the 30s, but they have not been able to finish it off, fumbling away the only 2 drives of the night.
1st down and 10. West Holmes, ball at about their own 9. Back to throw. Johnson has some time. Wings it out there. The ball is incomplete. Pass was intended on the far side for Corey Snyder. 2nd and 10.
We made the point about Housewright having thrown every pass for Ashland to 9 different receivers. Johnson has thrown all but 1 pass this season, and he's found 7 different receivers.
West Holmes to the line of scrimmage. Johnson, I believe, just got the play from a fellow who just came in from the bench. That's Kane Minnick. Snap of the ball a little high. Pull him down. They give it away to Gonzalez trying to turn the corner. Not much there. Might have got the football up to about the 12-yard line, and that's it. One of the arrows in on the stop, number 22, Kurt Gillespie.
He'll actually be stopped for almost a 2-yard loss. He didn't make it beyond the 10.
I take that back, yes. Excuse me. Ball knocked down and put down at the 8-yard line.
You made mention about Kane Minnick bringing the play in. He's recovering from an ankle sprain, and he should be back to somewhat close to 100% or as healthy as he's been in a long time.
3rd down on a bunch, 3rd and about 12 for West Holmes. Need to get the football right up to about the 20-yard line. There's Johnson, the quarterback. He gets the snap. He's back to throw. He throws down the middle. The ball is broken up at the last second. And breaking up that pass for Ashland was Chris Snow. Pass was intended for the tight end, number 88, Zach Jolly. But there's a flag down.
Going right down the middle of the field. Threw right into coverage as the tight end was running a seam route right down the middle between the hash marks. Kind of sitting back there playing center field, waiting for the tight end to come to him and breaking up the pass, but flag down.
Offensive pass interference, I think they just called against West Holmes.
Well, Chris Snow was the defender. Maybe they thought Jolly pushed off to get some separation. I'm not sure we saw that, if indeed it was the contact between Snow and Jolly that they saw.
4th down West Holmes. As the penalty is loss of down, so now it is 4th and a bunch, and the Knights will punt the football out of their own end zone. So Ashland should get pretty good field position as Logan Kerr goes back to receive this punt.
I didn't see the indication, but it could not be pass interference because that does not carry loss of down.
Now that's exactly what it was.
Well, someone needs to explain to me how pass interference carries loss of down. Scott Valentine's glad that it does.
Kyle Henderson into punt. There's a snap, and here's the boot. Pretty good rush. not a particularly good punt, and it will roll as it hits the synthetic turf, and it will roll dead at the 41. So first down, 10 yards to go. Ashland going the other way. Pretty fair field position nonetheless. 7:57 left to go before half. We'll be back after this.
Each of us expects and deserves a good night's sleep, but for many, sleeping is a struggle. Approximately 18 million Americans suffer from obstructive sleep apnea. OSA is a life-threatening condition that causes a person to stop breathing repeatedly during sleep. The most common sign of OSA is snoring, interrupted by pauses in breathing. The good news is that OSA is treatable. There is relief.
Hirsch has a wide selection of masks to choose from, and we will work with you to ensure that you receive the maximum benefits from your therapy.
Give me an F, give me an R, give me an E, free. Give me a checking account with Empire. It's free.
We'll give you $25. Our free checking offers you no monthly fees, no minimum balance, free online banking and bill payment, free checks. Support your school with Spirit Checks, featuring your team's logo on every check. For every box you order, we make a cash donation to your school.
We got Spirit, yes we do. We got Spirit, how about you?
Empire Affiliates, your community credit union. Join us today.
Be a part of it.
Good crowd here tonight on the home side as well as the visitor side. West Holmes brought a good traveling crowd tonight, as a 5-0 team should.
There's not a lot of empty seats anywhere at Community Stadium tonight. They're standing along the fences. They are packed in tonight, as well they should be. While you were away, there was a procedure penalty that has been declined. Procedure on West Holmes, declined by Ashland. They'll take the result of the punt. First down from the West Holmes 41.
7:57 left to go here in the first half. Ashland up 7-0. That was West Holmes' first punt of the night.
Well, and the first time that their drive was snuffed out. Nothing really to speak of on the third possession for the Knights.
Ashland going with 3 wide receivers. First and 10, ball at their own 41. They send McFarland in motion, and we got motion everywhere where we shouldn't. So that's a 5-yard penalty going to go against the Arrows.
See something like that, you have to assume the center may have forgotten the snap count. Too many guys moving at the same time.
This isn't Canada. That's a 5-yard penalty. So it's first and 15, back at the 46.
Well, meanwhile, Orville and Senior High doing battle tonight. Orville undefeated in the OCC, so if they can hold serve against the Tigers, whoever comes out on the long end tonight, we will have the undefeated teams reduced to 2, provided that Orville can take care of business with the Tigers.
You would say undefeated in the league.
Correct.
All right. Housewright gets the snap, going to keep the football himself, gets to the 45, maybe ahead to the 44 for a gain on the play of 1, maybe 2. It's second down and long for Ashland. As Housewright carried the football again on that quarterback keeper, as you're about to see here once again.
Not much working off the right side for Taylor Housewright. 7th time he's carried this evening for 20 yards.
Ben Snyder made the tackle. Gain of 2, second and 13. Three wide receivers, 2 to the near side. Here comes McFarland in motion. Snap of the ball. Back throw is Housewright down the middle. He's got a man there, and he can't come up with it. Just overthrew Anthony Fairhurst. He had beat his defender by about a step, and if he makes the catch, that's a first down. If he can get him in stride, maybe a touchdown.
Well, Fairhurst had beaten Brock Baker, and he stretched out for the football, Fairhurst did. But Anthony unable to bring it in, as Housewright overshot his mark by the slimmest of margins. Bring up third down at about 15, a little less than 15, call it 14. 7 minutes, 10 seconds remaining before halftime. 7-0 Ashland on the Empress Express scoreboard from Community Stadium on homecoming during this 100th year of Ashland Arrow football.
And again, we've got illegal procedure against Ashland. One of the offensive linemen moving. So it looks like the big boys up front on 2 plays in this series losing a little focus.
Mental mistakes, a couple of them. on this possession.
Not on target there.
10 yards total on the 2 procedure calls.
So that brings up a 3rd down and 19. Ball back at midfield as Ashland has gone backwards on this series. The longer West Holmes stays in this football game, you have to like their chances. At least that's what they're thinking. If we can just contain their offense. They'll be thinking the same as they did last week against Madison. Back to throw, Housewright again. He throws for the corner. McFarland, did he come up with a football in bounds? The official says yes, he did. That is not going to be enough for a first down, but it will push the football across the 40 and down to about the 38.
Well, they came with the entire kitchen sink trying to put pressure on Taylor Housewright. He does get the completion out to Tyler McFarland, but under a heavy rush.
Oh, no, that's not a catch.
Oh, we can bring that one back and look again. That was clearly out of bounds.
That was not a catch.
It's 4th
Almost.
down now. We'll see how it factors, but you can clearly see here that Fairhurst does not get the foot down inbounds.
McFarland goes up. Now he's got it. And he's out.
Yes, I said Fairhurst. I meant Tyler McFarland.
Timeout, Ashland. 4th and 8.
So 4th down coming. See just how much that call figures into the drive here. Sometimes it's unfair to take advantage of the super slow-mo replays that we can look at again and again. Real time, it's a lot different down on the field, that's for sure.
Illinois, Malcolm Jenkins intercepted a pass last week against Penn State. He's playing for Ohio State, returns the football and spikes the football inside the 1-yard line. That wasn't a touchdown, and the official that was 3 yards behind him missed it.
And your cameraman, Brian Stover, was right on the goal line shooting across. And didn't you see that Jenkins' touchdown didn't happen because of video that you had gathered?
Yeah, you can see it. It's clear as a bell. There's about a foot between the football and the goal line. And there is the homecoming queen and her court.
Queen is Natasha Solomon. Other members of the court is Katie Stencil, Bethany Moore, Samantha Gray, and Courtney Fuller.
4th down and 8. Ashland not showing punt, but let's see if they pooch kick it. 7:05 to go here.
Housewright has done that twice this season. He's quick kicked in situations just like this, and he'll do it again.
And it will hit and bounce on the synthetic turf and roll dead at about the 21. No, beg your pardon, 16. So 1st down and 10 West Holmes at their own 16-yard line.
Probably not as good a result as Taylor Housewright would have anticipated there. Kind of got underneath that football, so West Holmes catches a bit of a break in terms of field position. Could have been a lot worse.
West Holmes to the line of scrimmage. Again, they go with 4 wide receivers, 2 to the far side. They send a man in motion. That is Gonzalez. Now they overload one side with 3. That's the far side. Back to throw is Johnson. He has some time. He throws the ball upfield. He completes the pass up across the 30. The ball is fumbled, and it looks like Ashland's come up with it again. Let's see. The pass was caught by a Kane Minnick. Did he fumble the football? Let's see. Yes, he did. So for the 3rd time in the first half, West Holmes turns it over via the fumble.
3 turnovers in the first half. That's going to be something very, very difficult to overcome. Thankfully, if you're a West Holmes fan, they're only down 7-0. Look again. Another tall snap out of the shotgun for Johnson, but he corrals it, gets it downfield. Kane Minnick pulls it in. And stripped of the football right there. Ball clearly pops loose. See if we can see who covers up on the football. It looks to me like it was Kurt Gillespie. Yes. Yep. 22 Kurt Gillespie on the recovery.
Yep, 1st and 10 Ashland. Ball at the West Holmes 32-yard line. Snap of the ball. Housewright back to throw. He throws for Cooper. Cooper got it and dropped it. And a flag is down, and this is going to be pass interference. and it's going to go against Grant Baker. West Holmes, being able to move the football, just continues to shoot themselves in the foot. 3 fumbles in the first half.
Well, second time they've caught Baker on pass interference calls, and he's going up this time against Nate Cooper and draws the flag. Third flag of the night against West Holmes. Second pass interference call. They'll mark it off, and this will be a first down for Ashland. First down, number 5.
We'll mark this one off and put the football down at about the 17-yard line. Ashland to the line of scrimmage, first and 10. Cooper split to the far side of the field. Harris and Logan Kerr, 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Snap of the ball. House rights back and throws over the middle. Wide open, and I do mean wide open, is the tight end, number 80, Conrad Edson. Touchdown, Ashland. And the Arrows lead it 13-0 with the try for point coming up.
Somebody missed coverage that time because Conrad Edson could not be more wide open on his release from the line of scrimmage. Nobody picks him up. He runs right through the linebackers, and he gets no help out of the secondary. Nobody rolls over in zone to pick up Conrad Edson, and Scott Valentine has his second touchdown of the first half.
Anthony Fairhurst will hold and try Andy Baker to put Ashland up 14-0 with 6.5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Both teams are down. There's a snap. Ball's placed down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So 6:37 left to go before halftime, and Ashland extends its lead over West Holmes to 14-0. And there's Coach Scott Valentine saying, good job, offense. We take advantage of the turnover we picked up. They're going to give us the football, then let's take it across the goal line and get some points. So they did.
Well, you reflect back and you take a look at things and make some commentary about them. This drive continued on a pass that was out of bounds and called a catch, and it results in this touchdown by Conrad Edson off the right arm of Taylor Housewright. Not to say that Ashland could not have overcome the situation, but they caught a break and they cashed in.
6 minutes, 37 seconds left to play before the half, and West Holmes finds themselves down 14-0. They were in even more dire straits again last week when they trailed Madison 14-3 with 6.5 minutes to go. There is one of the deep men. That is Corey Snyder for West Holmes, as Spicer will put his foot to it, kick it. It is high, it's fairly deep, and it will be in the end zone. Nope, they're not going to let him come out with it, Corey Snyder. Again, that's just one rule I don't understand. It stinks.
It does. If the kick is stopped on the one, he's still in as much danger as he is if he's got a heel in the end zone. So that's a hard rule to figure out.
I asked Ron Desiker that, who's been an official for 35 years. He's also the commissioner of the OCC, and he says, I can't give you an answer on that. I have no idea why they do that.
Just the way we've always done it. Might be time to take a look at that one.
Well, it never used to be like that. I think sometime in the mid-90s they changed the rule.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yes, snap of the ball, give it away to Neal, trying to turn the corner. He is at the 20, puts his head down, knocked out of bounds on the far side by Logan Kerr. That'll keep the clock running. The original line of scrimmage was the 20. They got 2, maybe 3 out of that. Let's see where they put the ball down. They're going to put it down at the 24, so he got almost 5. It'll be second down and about 5.5 for the West Holmes Knights.
Third carry tonight for Matt Neal out of that slot position. He's got 14 yards.
West Holmes to the line of scrimmage. Ball is at the 25. Johnson gets the snap. This is off play action, and he gets hit and dropped in the backfield. The play action didn't fool anybody, and that's Luke Rogers, the nose tackle, on the stop.
Well, when your defensive line gets penetration like that, 5 yards into the backfield, it's Luke Rogers all over Sean Johnson. And forget about the misdirection. Johnson's going down thanks to Luke Rogers with excellent penetration deep into the backfield.
5 minutes and 23 seconds, clock running first half. They overload the near side with 3 wide receivers on 3rd down and 11. Ball back at the West Holmes 19-yard line. And we got movement, and that penalty is going to be 5 yards for illegal procedure against Matt Neal.
4th penalty tonight against West Holmes, 40 yards the wrong way.
And there is Coach Tom Estep, who cannot be happy with his team's first half. They've been able to move the football, but 3 first-half fumbles have put them down 14-0. Actually, the game, if you think about it, could be tied right now, 14-14. But you can't hang on to the ball. That's a killer. 3rd down and a bunch, 3rd and about 16. Johnson back to throw, deep down the middle for Neal. He can't come up with it. Pass is incomplete. And now it's 4th down, and West Holmes will have to punt it away.
An advantage that the secondary for Ashland has is Sean Johnson is not a runner. So on 3rd and long situations, they can put the nickel or the dime package in and not necessarily have to spy Johnson and worry about him bailing out and taking off on the run, as the West Holmes defense has to do for Taylor Housewright.
Tyler Henderson into punt. Logan Kerr back to receive. There's a snap and the kick. Here comes the rush. That one was almost blocked. And Logan Kerr will stay away from that one as the ball will roll dead at the 48-yard line. For 1st down and 10, Ashland ball is at the West Holmes 48. And they get it with 4:50 left to go in the half. West Holmes defense has not played that poorly. Sans the one drive, the opening drive, where Ashland went 79 yards. Other than that, they haven't played all that bad. Well, their offense gave them a very short field the last time because of the fumble.
You're going to see at halftime when we take a look at the team numbers. For Ashland to have 14 points on the total yardage that they have, they've been pretty efficient because they have not racked up big-time yardage here in the first half.
Logan Kerr in motion. Here's Taylor Housewright going to keep the football 45 and run down at about the 43-yard line. Over on the far side, making the tackle was Brant Baker, number 7 for West Holmes.
About a 6-yard pickup, 26 yards on 8 carries for Taylor Housewright. And this is the dimension that we just talked about. Taken off right side. You always have to be leery of number 5 as a runner and a passer.
So 2nd down and 4 Ashland after the gain of about 6. Ball resting at about the 43 of West Holmes. Housewright gets the snap, gives it away. Eisenhower carries the football and gets close to the sticks. Needed to get to about the 39 and just beyond for a 1st down. Acom in on the stop for West Holmes again. He's been in on several tackles.
Come up about a half a yard short. Eisenhower 8 carries for 33, picks up 3 here off left tackle. And he's been banged up. You had made mention in your conversations with Scott Valentine. Dan Eisenhower was a game-time decision tonight. Obviously, they decided that he was well enough to go, but he is certainly not 100%.
Ashland to the line of scrimmage. It is 3rd down and 1. Less than 1.
Under center this time for Housewright.
See if he keeps it himself. Yep. Delay a game. So now instead of 3rd and less than 1, they're going to have 3rd down and about 5.
Well, and I don't think you can exaggerate. That was a wrong delay. That was a wrong time for a delay of game penalty. 3rd and half a yard. Now you're back to 3rd and 5.
A little bit different call. Stops the clock with 3:16 left to go before halftime. Ashland up 14-0, as you see there. Those are the football back at about the 44 of West Holmes. 2 wide receivers near side of the field. Housewright is back. He throws. The ball is caught by Logan Kerr. That's a 1st down. Tackle made by West Holmes' Brock Baker. But it's 1st and 10 Ashland. Ball put down at about the 28.
16 yards on the slant from Housewright to Logan Kerr. That's the second catch of the night for Logan Kerr, and that is first down number 6. "83 yards through the air now for Taylor Housewright. A big connection on third down, moves the chains, keeps the drive alive. A good reception by Logan Kerr. He put a little zip on that ball, did Housewright, on the slant.
Give it away to Eisenhower, turns the corner, tries to, flag comes down. They're probably going to get a holding here. Eisenhower got to about the 26, and that's all for a short gain.
Fourth penalty upcoming for Ashland, you would assume, and it will be a hold against the Arrows. So that'll push him back. Well, as we come to the close, you talk about playing some serious defense for West Holmes. They just cannot go down 3 touchdowns and hope to be able to challenge in the second half.
One never knows. You don't want to go into the locker room down 21, that's for sure. Or even 17. They wind the clock, 2 minutes, 45 seconds left to go before the half. Instead of first and 10, it's now first and 20, and the ball is at the West Holmes 36. Wide receivers, far side of the field, both flanked that way. The split end near side is Fairhurst. Snap of the ball. Housewright is back. Going to throw for Fairhurst. He's out there. He's got it. He is at the 5 and knocked down inside the 5 at about the 4. So it is first and goal, Ashland.
32-yard reception. Anthony Fairhurst brings in his first catch of the night. Big situation as Ashland is trying to really put an exclamation on this one as they go to the halftime locker room. So Fairhurst, the 6'2" junior, with his first catch tonight and another first down for Ashland.
Grant Baker made the tackle. 2:19 to go. They'll put the football down at the 3 where it is first and goal. Again, Ashland with 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field, both flanked that way. Fairhurst is split to the near side. Housewright gets the snap, give it away. Eisenhower, he is at the 1. He is in. Touchdown, Ashland, and the Arrows are up 20-0 with the try for point coming up with 2:02 left to go in the second quarter.
Ashland is making a bid to put this one to bed before halftime. I think on the far sideline, the West Holmes fans just stunned about the situation because the first quarter was really even. It was turnovers that prevented the score from being even. But 14 points in the second half, capped off by this 3-yard touchdown run by Dan Eisenhower. And now Scott Valentine's Arrows with a decisive 3-touchdown advantage.
Fairhurst will hold. Baker will try to tackle on point number 21. Both teams are down. Snap, ball down. Kick is up. Kick is good. So, 2:02 left to go before the half. It's Ashland 21 and West Holmes nothing.
Well, the break's going Ashland's way, and they are capitalizing. They have been totally efficient on offense. They have been extremely strong defensively. And West Holmes, in the last couple of drives, they've had to operate with pretty poor field position. Interesting to see with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left if Sean Johnson decides to crank it up and try to get something going. Or they keep it on the ground, try to get to halftime, try to make some adjustments, and make a game of it in the second half. There's the Queen. Jelaine doing the fitting.
Oh,
now we're going to have Jelaine doing Cable Girl, and we've got Cable Girl being Queen. She's done that before.
Oh, really?
I think she's been multiple homecoming queen because she steals the crown from the Queen every time she can get her hands on it.
Gee whiz.
You got to watch her.
Spicer puts his foot to it, and this one will go into the end zone and out. So first and 10 West Holmes at their own 20. And if you're back there to catch the kick, you know, if you think it's going into the end zone, what's the point of catching it?
3 different touchdown makers for the Ashland Arrows. 5-yard run by quarterback Taylor Housewright back in the first quarter at 7:38. And then Housewright connects with the tight end Edson at 6:37 of the second quarter on a 17-yard touchdown. 2:02 to go before halftime. You just saw the 3-yard touchdown run by Dan Eisenhower. 21-0 Ashland. First.
Points, and they're not going to get a return out of this as the ball goes out of the end zone. So it is first down, 10 yards to go. West Holmes at their own 20.
I don't think it's far-fetched to say that West Holmes needs to score on their first possession and get themselves feeling like they're back in this football game. Down 3 scores. Kind of a lethargy, I suppose, is a good term, falling over the West Holmes offense. Just kind of a sluggishness. That's a synonym for the guys in the truck. Lethargy and sluggishness.
Is that a word? Lethargy?
That's right, buddy.
Okay.
See what Sean Johnson can do.
And, well, he's going to have to contend with a snap that went over his head.
He has been dealing with a tall shotgun snap all day, all evening. And that time it was a little too tall, even if you are 6'2".
Doing his imitation of Nils Root. Jumping up and catching the snap.
Well, we saw Nils Root, but I can almost give the center a little bit of slack. Nils Root's 5'7". Sean Johnson is 6'2".
He's a little different. Well, big loss on the play from the 20 all the way back inside the 5-yard line at the 3, 2nd and 27. And he will take the snap directly under center. And he gets it. And it looks like a broken play. Johnson keeps it himself, turns it, runs over right guard and tackle across the 5 up to about the 7. Not sure if that was a broken play, but it looked like it. 3rd down and 27.
Well, Johnson does not run by design, so I have to believe that that was a broken play. Somebody went the wrong way. He tucked it and ran. 3rd down, shadow your own end zone, down 21-0. And oh yeah, we need 22 to pick up a first down.
3rd and 23. I said 3rd and 27 last time on the previous down, yes. Official on the far side of the field says timeout, West Holmes.
West Holmes, timeout.
10:37 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's 21-0 Ashland while West Holmes talks about whatever. We'll be back after this.
Boy, I'm sure glad my dad's doors are tough. My dad says Gander Doors installs quality doors with kids like me in mind. He says that the life of a garage door endures a lot of hardship from active families who have kids like me. People have been trusting Gander Doors for 3 generations. So when you need a garage door, you should call my dad at Gander Doors. Right, Dad?
That's right, son. So give us a call at Gander Doors, 529-2002.
To serve you even better, People's Savings and Loan Company now offers convenient and easy banking at their new branch at 1530 North
Sandusky Street in Bucyrus. John and Steve invite you to
stop by and visit their friendly staff and find out how to
take advantage of all their valuable services. You'll enjoy extra-wide drive-thrus, a covered ATM, and plenty of convenient parking. Stop by today and see how the locally owned and operated People's Savings and Loan Company can make a difference.
our house, and for the entire season, it's been just that. 5 games, 5 wins, and 21 points right now to none, says number 6 is coming up unless West Holmes can change it. Johnson's back to throw. He's being chased. He's in his own end zone. He lets it go, and that ball's almost intercepted. Mark Aiken said he caught it, but the official said nope, it hit the polyturf, and West Holmes going to have to punt it away.
It's going to be Kyler Henderson coming out to punt the football away. And this is a spot where he needs a big kick on the turf. He's going to be in his end zone when he lets loose.
Henderson will punt from his own end zone. And Logan Kerr is back deep to receive. There's the snap. Here comes the rush. And it is blocked. And that is a touchdown. Coming in from the far side, I believe, was Matt Lewis. So everything has gone wrong for West Holmes tonight. It's now 27-0 Ashland after the blocked punt, which goes for a touchdown, and now the try for point is coming up. Wow.
Now starting things off in the third quarter exactly where you left off in the first half. Insult to injury on the blocked punt in the end zone for a touchdown.
And now in to try the point after touchdown, his 4th on the night is number 18, Andy Baker. Fairhurst will hold it. We are just 10:26 into the third quarter.
And he's only missed one. He was 17 of 18 in point afters coming in tonight.
And that one's good. 10:26 left to go here in the third quarter. Ashland 28 and West Holmes nothing.
That's going to raise some eyebrows as this score gets out and starts to circulate. 28-0 is a far cry from what many people expected at Community Stadium tonight. And we're just underway in the third quarter.
Combination of good play by Ashland and mistakes by West Holmes. 3 first-half fumbles.
I would say probably most appropriately for Ashland, it's opportunistic. When they're given these gifts, they're not throwing them out. They're cashing in. Pin them back on the first possession of the second half. Get them to punt from inside their end zone. Put a good punt rush on it. Get a block and get a touchdown. I mean, not only did they get the block, but they got a block that stayed in the end zone instead of going out the back, which would have been a safety.
Either way, they would have gotten points. And if it's a safety, West Holmes would be kicking the football to them. As it is, Spicer will kick off again. And kick it, and this one's out of the end zone, too. Not much of a win, so that's all his foot. So West Holmes 1st and 10 again from their own 20.
Well, we'll see what kind of magic West Holmes may be able to generate here. So far, after really the first 3 possessions of the ball game where they showed promise and the ability to move the football, defensive adjustments by Ashland has really thwarted any kind of offensive movement. They have not moved the football since the first 3 drives of the ball game.
Yep, let's try again. Johnson back to throw. He steps up. He is in trouble and will go down back at about the 15-yard line. And at this rate, we're going to be seeing the JVs before too long.
Well, the Ashland Arrows are making a statement at Community Stadium on homecoming in their 100th year of football. And that is, we are the best team in the OCC, the best team in the area, and if anybody doubts that, come and play us. And Orville is licking their chops, no doubt. Orville's in town next week.
That'll be a good football game.
We'll have that game for you on ESPN 1440 next week.
Johnson under center, takes a snap, runs straight ahead, gets back beyond the original line of scrimmage, and gets a yard beyond that. He gained about 4, maybe 5 on that play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 from about the 21-yard line.
Well, in a ball game that I think many over in Millersburg would say the biggest we've played in quite some time, a number of years.
Just hasn't gone right tonight. Third down, 9. West Holmes. Ball is at their 21. Johnson back. He fires. He throws. The pass is caught by Acom. And that is a West Holmes first down beyond the 35 up to about the 39-yard line. So first and 10, West Holmes.
16-yard pickup on the connection from Johnson to Acom. Second catch of the night for Acom. And first down number 7 for West Holmes. 62 yards through the air now for Sean Johnson.
West Holmes out of the huddle. A little more breathing room now. Ball is at their 38. They'll go with 5 wide receivers. 3 to the far side of the field. Johnson back to throw. Throws it to the near side. The ball is caught. Coming up with the catch is Kane Minnick. Short gain on the play. Give him credit for 3. Second down and 7. Ball advanced across the 40 to about the 41.
Right off the line of scrimmage to Minnick. Second catch tonight for him. Has a 15-yarder to go with that 3-yard reception.
Brandon Harris, one of the arrows in on the stop. Second down, 7. Again, 3 wide receivers near side, 2 to the opposite way. Snap, gets it. Johnson will run it. 45, breaks the tackle, ahead to about the 48, and looks like he has another West Holmes first down. Logan Kerr, one of the arrows in on the stop.
About an 8-yard pickup. That'll be enough to move the chains when all is said and done. First down, number 8. So believe this or not, West Holmes with 8 first downs. They have 1 more than the Ashland Arrows do. Johnson, not known as a runner, takes off over right tackle that time, picks up 8 yards in the first down. But that just plays to the point that we made earlier, and that is Ashland has been very opportunistic. 7 first downs with 28 points.
Handoff Gonzalez. Gonzalez across the 45 and tripped up as he dives forward to about the 42. Looks like Cody Fast made the tackle.
Well, now West Holmes getting it in chunks on this particular drive as they're looking to get the 0 off the scoreboard. About a 9-yard pickup by Gonzalez. 5 carries, 41 yards now for the 4th leading rusher in the OCC.
Gain of 9 at 2nd and 1. Tyler McFarland made that last stop. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field, 3 to the near side. Gonzalez goes in motion on the 2nd and short, and Johnson will keep it himself,
Get the first down, and get to about the 35, 34-yard line where he's tackled by Ian Connery. They'll stop the clock, move the chains with 7:07 left to go in the 3rd.
Well, they're only rushing 3 and they're dropping 8, so offensive coordinator for West Holmes sees that. He's going to have Johnson, who doesn't normally take off, going to have him running the football because they want to show pass, but when you're only bringing 3 guys and you're dropping 8 into coverage, there's going to be some yards to be made by the quarterback running.
There's Johnson, sends Gonzalez in motion. Snap, gets it. He's going to run the football again to the 30, down to the 29. Chris Snow in on the stop for Ashland. One of the arrows there. Again on the play of about 4. Nope, make it 5. It's 2nd and 5. West Holmes.
Ashland's going to have to commit more people to the line of scrimmage defensively. And as soon as they do that, matchups will be created in the secondary, and then you may see Johnson start to put the football in the air. But right now, there's no reason to do that.
3 wide receivers, far side of the field. Here's Gonzalez going in motion again. Snap, he gets the football. He's running the near side. He crosses the 25. A flag comes flying in, and he's knocked down by Ian Connery. Crossed the 25, got down to about the 22, but let's see what this flag is about.
Right on the corner, it looked like they were looking at the block of Derek McCluggage.
Might have called a block in the back. Let's see. They call holding, all right.
Block or the hold on the corner is going to negate the run. Bring it back the other way on 2nd down. Ashland will no doubt take this penalty.
The holding call puts the ball all the way back at the 39.
Well, as we were listening in at halftime, As we sit here tonight, it was Orville 14, Mansfield Senior 10 at the half. So if that score holds up, Orville will remain unbeaten in the conference and join Ashland as the only two unbeatens in OCC play.
Back to throw Johnson. He's being chased. He will run it and get hit from behind and knocked down at about the 35. In on that play of about 5, that's going to bring up a third down and about 10 with 5.5 minutes to play third quarter.
Well, looking left, getting the linebackers maybe to freeze a little bit. Another ball fake before he turns it up. Picked up 5 yards, so legs of Sean Johnson has been a major part of this drive. He's picked up over 20 yards on his own, rushing the football in the series.
Taylor Page, Kurt Gillespie made that last tackle for Ashland. Snap of the ball. Johnson's back. He looks, he throws, and the ball is incomplete. It was almost intercepted by McFarland. Pass was intended for Kane Minnick.
Yeah, Minnick kind of heard some footsteps there, gave up on his route. He heard a linebacker or a DB coming the other way. And what do they call that? Alligator arms coming across the middle. Maybe we can catch it. Nice side spiral delivered by Johnson. Yeah, when you got a free safety in position to lay a lick on you, that sometimes is what's going to happen. Ball falls incomplete.
3 wide receivers far side of the field, 2 to the near side on this 4th and 10. West Holmes going to go for it. And there's movement across the line of scrimmage, and I think West Holmes, one of their offensive linemen, the left offensive guard, moved. Regardless, they'll go for it anyway.
Well, not a lot of difference between 4th and 10 and 4th and 15, I suppose. See some of the chilly crowd here. Not much wind, but it's a little chilly. Temperatures in the upper 40s. That's the 6th penalty against West Holmes. 55 yards.
West Holmes to the line of scrimmage on this 4th and 15. We need to get to about the Ashland 24 for a first down. Snap of the ball. Off play action. There's a pass down the middle. It is picked off. Ball is intercepted by Brandon Harris. So actually the play kind of is just as good as a punt, but when you're down 28-0, you're hoping that there's a catch and you've got a first down.
Well, I was looking at the receivers in their routes on the left side. The intended receiver was Josh Lechte, but he was throwing into double coverage. He had a safety coming over the top, and he had a corner that was running right with Lechte. Not a lot of chance for a completion there, and he didn't get one as the ball's picked off. Second interception tonight for Johnson, and the 6th turnover against West Holmes. Let me clarify that. I'm sorry, the 5th turnover.
First and 10, Ashland. Housewright will take the snap directly under center. Gets it and gives it away to Eisenhower. Eisenhower breaks a little bit of contain, crosses the 10, gets ahead to the 15 and up to about the 17-yard line.
Take another look at what I was talking about on that interception. He's got corner coverage, man up, and then he's got a safety rolling over the top. So he's trying to really thread a needle there. Elected the intended receiver, and that's not going to happen. Brandon Harris just steps right in front of that ball.
Original line of scrimmage about the 9 to gain, ahead to about the 17, where it's going to be second down and about 2. And again, Housewright directly under center. Gives it away, running with it, Eisenhower, breaks contain, 35, 30. He's to the 35 and run down at about the 37. Making the tackle for West Holmes is Brock Baker.
20-yard run by Dan Eisenhower. 11 carries, 64 yards now. So it looks like the bruising runner for Ashland showing no ill effects. He's been a little gimpy lately. Showed some good breakout speed for a back 230 pounds. Bounced it to the near sideline. Taken down by a low tackle around the shins, but not before 20 yards and a first down. Number 8 for Ashland.
Eisenhower is out. Gillespie comes in on this first down, and he gets the football. runs it across the 40 and gets it up to about the 42, 43-yard line. Good gain on first down as Gillespie picked up about, let's see, 4 yards. Or will they give him credit for about 5? Looks like credit for 5. Second and 5, Ashland. Head to the 43-yard line.
Well, it'll be good points for whoever wins tonight, but it would have been better points for West Holmes because they're the team playing up a division. West Holmes, Division 3, Region 11, number 5 in their computer region. Ashland, Division 2, Region 6, they are 3rd in their region. So if Ashland can maintain that, they'll be hosting a Week 11 ball game.
Snap of the ball, give it away. Gillespie spins away from one, spins away from another, ahead to the 45, ahead to about the 49. Showing some shifty moves there. Spin miss again, and duck and dodge, and a first down. There's a miss. There's another. And then finally he is brought down there.
Some shiftiness out of Kurt Gillespie. A little bit different than the smash mouth style of Dan Eisenhower. Productive nonetheless. First down number 9 for Ashland.
First and 10 Ashland, ball's at their own 49-yard line. Hand off, Eisenhower back in there, across midfield and ahead to about the West Holmes 49. Gain of a couple. Second and 8.
Well, I certainly wouldn't assume, unless down and distance might dictate it, that Scott Valentine is going to be sending in a pass play with Taylor Housewright. Contented up by 4 touchdowns to keep the ball on the ground. Second down and 6.5. Boy, Scott Valentine's got to be pleased with the performance of his arrows tonight.
Second down and about 7, snap of the ball. Here is Housewright going to run it again. Gets hit and spun down. Did he lose the football? Looks like he did. West Holmes says they have it, but the officials, well, let's see. They haven't signaled third down.
Much ado about nothing, I believe.
It is, well, apparently it's third down.
About a 4-yard pickup. Will be credited to Housewright. 10 carries, 28 yards.
Third down 3, Ashland. Ball at about the West Holmes 44. Clock running with 1:19 to go in the third quarter. Housewright shotgun, gets it, trying to pick it up with his feet, trying to head to the far side, and I think got it. Yep, he did. So first down, Ashland at about the 40, and a flag is down.
On the corner, you have to expect a block in the back or a clip springing Housewright. Right as he began to turn the corner and square up the shoulders north and south.
Holding against Ashland, so that'll negate the first down.
Wipe the run off the board. Penalty number 6 against Ashland for 50 yards. Taking a look around the area at the conference leaders. Undefeated in the OCC, we've told you all night. Ashland, West Holmes, and Orville coming in tonight. In the Northern Ohio League, undefeated in conference play, Bellevue, Columbian, and Shelby. In the NCC, the undefeated teams, Lucas, Winford, and Ontario. In the Firelands Conference, the undefeateds, Western Reserve and Crestview. In the Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference, in the Red Division, nobody undefeated. 3 teams with 1 loss, Highland, Buckeye Valley, and River Valley. In the Blue Division of the MOAC, the undefeated is Marion Pleasant. And we'll get to the other couple conferences here after this play.
It's third down and about 12 after the penalty. Pitch inside on a quick little shovel pass to Dan Eisenhower. He crosses the midfield stripe and gets back to about the 48 of West Holmes. And that will bring up a fourth down with 22 seconds left, and Ashland may not have to run another play as they put the football down, and they won't. They'll just let the third quarter clock run out.
In the Mid-Buckeye Conference, Danville is undefeated, as is Johnstown. And in the Wayne County League, the undefeateds, Northwestern and Smithville.
That is the end of the third quarter. After 3, Ashland 28 and West Holmes 0.
My name is Leslie, and I'm a business and accounting major here at North Central State College.
Teachers are very helpful. They're willing to work around your schedule and help you out, help you to succeed.
The cost is really affordable for a young person that's trying to get out on their own. I like the small classrooms, the one-on-one contact with the teachers.
I chose human services so I can help try to make a difference.
Richland Bank has a checking account to fit your style. Our new line of personal checking accounts makes choosing the right one for you even easier. And now there are even more ways to qualify for a checking account with no monthly service charge. Personal checking accounts feature a free Visa check card, free personal online banking, and online bill pay. Ask any Richland banker for details when you stop by or call any of our 13 locations. Bank with a leader in checking. Choose Richland Bank.
Richland Bank, expect a difference.
This is WMFD-TV Channel 68 and America's first independent digital television station, WMFD Digital Television, Mansfield. We're playing your favorite artists on Mix 106.1.
The WMFD Sports Game of the Week is presented by Empire Affiliates, your community credit union, and sponsored in part by Johnny Johnson Sports, Speed-Dry Systems of North Central Ohio, Mansfield Richland Area Chamber of Commerce, and by People's Savings and Loan Company of Bucyrus.
Well, la-di-da. I guess I called it wrong for the first time, and, well, I can't remember. It was not the end of the third quarter.
Sure
it was
looked like the clock
1.6
was gonna go
seconds
down.
left.
Well, we
And
got
it was
to see
fourth down, and Ashland punted the football, and a nice job done by Andy Baker punting the football and having it roll out of bounds inside the 5 at about the 2-yard line.
That's a coffin corner that you don't often see. But at this point, we are at the end of quarter number 3.
So what they'll do is they'll pick the football up and walk it all the way down to the other end of the field. So let us take another break. 28-0, still the score.
Each of us expects and deserves a good night's sleep, but for many, sleeping is a struggle. Approximately 18 million Americans suffer from obstructive sleep apnea. OSA is a life-threatening condition that causes a person to stop breathing repeatedly during sleep. The most common sign of OSA is snoring, interrupted by pauses in breathing. The good news is that OSA is treatable. There is relief.
Hirsch has a wide selection of masks to choose from, and we will work with you to ensure that you receive the maximum benefits from your therapy.
For nearly 15 years, Empress Express has been serving the finest in Chinese cuisine. Empress Express prepares your favorite Chinese dishes when you order them. Fast, fresh, and delicious. All entrees are made from the highest quality meats and vegetables and are wok cooked to seal in the natural juices without being greasy. There is a difference in Chinese food. Taste for yourself. Call us today or come into Empress Express on Park Avenue West in Mansfield.
Okay, now we start the fourth quarter. And West Holmes in the shadow of their own goal post at their own 2-yard line. 98 yards away from the goal and down 28 points. Not a good position to be in. Boy, is that overstating the obvious or what?
Indeed, yes.
All right. Johnson gets the snap, handoff, and running with the football straight ahead. You check that number there. That is a freshman that has just been brought up, number 32, Brandon Mackey, who was just added to the varsity roster, I'm told, this week. So here, we'll give the football to a freshman deep in our own territory. And there you see head coach Scott Valentine talking to his offense on the sideline.
It's a good thing you knew who Brandon Mackey was because he's not listed in the program.
Nope. I saw that number 32, and I'm like, hey, where did he come from? And they said he's a freshman, a big boy, and they just brought him up. So we wish him well. He'd be big man on campus. You're a freshman playing on the varsity. All right. Handoff straight ahead, running with a football as West Holmes chooses to keep it safe. We'll see who carried the football that time. I could not tell. But there you see, that is the freshman, Brandon Mackey, who will come off the field, or will he? He's like, am I supposed to come off? Oh, I'm back in.
Number 13, Johnson, the ball carrier on the play.
So Mackey comes back in, and 3rd and 5 for West Holmes. Ball at their 7.
Quarterback keeper Johnson was the ball carrier on the previous play.
He's back to throw, throws for the sideline. That is a dangerous pass, and Brandon Harris almost picked it off and took it for a touchdown from 7 yards out. Oh, boy.
Well, the number 3 passer in the OCC not having a particularly effective game this evening.
Johnson's pass is knocked down by number 14.
Well, that ball should have been intercepted.
Well, and he's lucky that it was a forward pass and not a lateral.
Rains, it pours, and it's done that for West Holmes tonight. Not much has gone right. Kyle Henderson will punt the football. And Logan Kerr is back deep to receive. Here comes the snap and the punt. It is a line drive spiral that will bounce and roll dead in Ashland territory at about the 48-yard line with 10:22 to play in the football game. We'll take a break with 10:22 left, and Ashland ahead by a bunch.
As long as there's been cars on the road, people have had to deal with scratches, dents, fender benders, and collision repair. When you need collision repair, custom painting, framework, or to restore the car of your dreams, call Mid-Ohio Collision Center. You'll receive up to $500 off your deductible, accurate, thorough professional repairs, and a lifetime warranty.
Remember, next time you're involved in an accident, nothing's too big, nothing's too small for Mid-Ohio Collision Center. We'll take you back to pre-accident condition.
Give me an F, give me an R, give me an E, free. Give me a checking account with Empire. It's free, free, free.
We'll give you $25. Our free checking offers you no monthly fees, no minimum balance, free online banking and bill payment, free checks. Support your school with Spirit Checks, featuring your team's logo on every check. For every box you order, we make a cash donation to your school.
We got cheer, yes we do. We got cheer, how about you?
Empire Affiliates, your community credit union. Join us today.
Be a part of it.
This is WMFD-TV Channel 68 and America's first independent digital television station, WMFD Digital Television, Mansfield.
This Friday night, the WMFD-TV Game of the Week travels to Ashland as the Arrows take on West Holmes. Watch the broadcast of the game midnight Friday and Saturday morning at 8 a.m. here on WMFD-TV.
First down 10, Ashland, balls at their own 48-yard line. Snap, handoff, running with it. Eisenhower crosses midfield, gets to the West Holmes 49. In on the stop was Chris Tuitama. Waiting to say that name all night. Chris Tuitama, who, like assistant coach Dan Fuller for Ashland, is Samoan.
Well, here's a little trivia for you. The couple players, I think it was 2 or 3 players that were at Ashland via Hurricane Katrina last year. Are they still on the roster?
No.
No.
They, according to Coach Scott Valentine, when I had him on Sports Talk, he said they got a taste of the cold weather, and we'll see you later, folks.
Back down south.
Yeah. Snap, give it away. Nope, no. Running with a football is Housewright, and he'll lose yardage. Housewright faked it to Eisenhower, and then lost yardage back to the 47.
Well, protect the football. That's really the only thing Taylor Housewright needs to be concerned about. 9 minutes, 20 seconds. Clock is moving. Very quick second half because Ashland has been content to keep the football on the ground. They only threw the football one time in the third quarter. Little shovel pass, high percentage pass was completed to Eisenhower.
Third down and 11. 2 wide receivers far side of the field, 1 flank to the near side. Housewright in shotgun, gets the snap, he's back to throw. He has time, he throws it deep down the middle, and it is caught and dropped. Fairhurst had it and dropped it. Wouldn't have been a touchdown, but it'd have been first down, probably at about the West Holmes 15.
Going
Ball
for
was
the really
home
well
run
ball on third down. Put it right on the fingertips of the intended receiver. Very well thrown football. Can't argue too much with the coverage either. That was Brock Baker. He was all over the place.
Baker to kick it away on this fourth down, and it is an end-over-end kick, and it will roll dead inside the 20 at about the 17, where it is down by Mike Lamb. So first and 10, West Holmes going the other way with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left to go, and unless we have one heck of a comeback, West Holmes is going to fall from the ranks of the unbeaten, and Ashland will make it 6 straight as they face Orville next week.
Well, let's see, they put up 14 points with 4 minutes remaining against Madison. They've got over 8 minutes. So is 28 points possible? I kind of doubt it, but
the Ashland secondary would have to get beat deep 4 times.
And then we'd need to be worried about medical assistance for Scott Valentine if they let that happen.
Johnson, give it away, running with the football as the first back through. And with it, that is 36, Travis Carter. Gain of about 4. It's second down and, well, gain of 3. Second down and 7. Ball advanced up to about the 21.
5 carries tonight for Carter for 15 yards. Well, a lot of people say that the OCC champion is not going to be unbeaten, but probably will have a loss. So West Holmes cannot think, even though things didn't go well for them tonight, can't think the season is over.
Gonzalez on a counter picks up good yardage, slips and falls on the synthetic turf, is close to a first down, needed to get up to about the 28, and he has enough. The stick on the far side says first down, so it's first and 10 West Holmes.
Well, they need to move the sticks, a little late in readjusting. They certainly would continue to have playoff aspirations, and when I say the season being over, I mean in terms of an OCC championship. With one loss, many people think that that might be what the champion ends up with.
Johnson on first down, back to throw, being chased. He's in trouble. Now will run it at the 30. Dodges one man, can't dodge another one, coming over from the far side. And making the stop, Shadron Starnes, as Johnson scrambles across the 30 and gets knocked down at about the 33. Gain on the play 4, second and 6. Clock continues to run, 7 minutes, 4 seconds left.
Those of you just tuning in, wondering, 28-0, how in the world did it happen? 3 fumbles by West Holmes early on, 2 interceptions. 5 turnovers.
Pass quickly from Johnson ahead, across the 40, ahead to about the 44-yard line. That'll be a first down. And coming up with a catch, I believe, with Corey Snyder. So they stop the clock to move the chains as West Holmes at least wants to get a touchdown to avoid being shut out.
First catch of the night for Corey Snyder. West Holmes is going to call a timeout, or is an official timeout. It'll be an official's timeout, an equipment problem with Brandon Harris's helmet.
I'm not sure if it's his helmet or he's dinged up. Let us take a break. 6:47 to play. Ashland 28 and West Holmes nothing.
Childhood should be fun. It shouldn't hurt. At Richland County Children's Services, it's our job to protect children and work with families to eliminate the causes of child abuse and neglect. If you're concerned about the safety of a child, call us 24 hours a day at 419-774-4100. For more information on reporting suspected abuse and neglect, log on to richlandcountychildrenservices.org. Richland County Children's Services. Safe children today build strong families tomorrow.
At First Federal Bank of Ohio, they're proud to be right here with you as they celebrate their first 115 years. From their founding father's humble beginnings to a strong and prosperous financial leader, they stand ready to meet all your financial needs.
This is Tom Moore, President of First Federal Bank of Ohio, inviting you to try our new internet banking and bill pay services.
in Galion, Mansfield, Mount Gilead, Tiffin, Cardington, Shelby, Bellevue, and Sandusky. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back to live action quickly. Handoff running with the football straight ahead is Gonzalez. Gonzalez on a quick count gets it close to midfield. Stops just shy of the stripe.
And you were exactly right. Brandon Harris that's dinged up. It's not an equipment problem. He's got the trainers looking after him on the near sideline. Looks like they're paying particular attention to the wrist on the left hand.
Yep. That would be bad news because he is one of their best receivers.
He is the leading receiver on this Aero team.
There's the pitch. Gonzalez again crosses midfield across the 45 down to about the 43.
Number 24, Scott Gonzalez, the ball carrier.
In on the stop.
Made by number 22,
Kurt Gillespie and also Cody Fast made the tackle. 5 minutes, 56 seconds left to play, and that's about as close as we can get there.
See if they can figure out exactly what's going on with Brandon Harris. It looked like a left wrist situation that they were concerned about.
Snap of the ball, running with it, Johnson. Johnson gets it across the 40 and gets it down to about the 38-yard line.
Number 13, Johnson, the ball carrier.
Well, hopefully, he is okay.
Tackle on the play was made by number 59, Taylor Starr.
For whatever reason, some of the Ashland players don't want us to see it. You get hurt playing this game, regardless. Back to throw. Johnson in big trouble, gets it away, and throws it incomplete. And official throws a flag for what will be intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. Yep. Nobody over on the right side. Johnson just trying to avoid taking the sack. And will be called for grounding. 5:06 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Intentional grounding called against the Knights.
So count the play. And at the same time, mark off the penalty yardage. Loss of down situation.
Doesn't really matter at this point.
Seventh penalty, 75 yards against West Holmes.
Third down and about 19. Ball back at the 49. Send one man in motion to the far side of the field. Johnson back to throw. He throws. The ball is caught, and then it is dropped. Pass was intended for Kane Minnick. Stops the clock with 5:01 left to play, and Kane is a little late to get up. Matter of fact, he's not moving at all.
It's Kane Minnick that was battling a high ankle sprain earlier. You wonder if it's the same ankle that gave way. Coach Estep out to take a look at Kane Minnick.
Five minutes and a second left, and let us take our final break. We'll return to Community Stadium after this.
At 5:45 every weekday morning, Bob Martin wakes up for work. He's in the shower at 5:52, and he has breakfast with the family at 6:18 sharp. At 6:35, he leaves for the office. And at 6:36, Bob calls Gandert Door Company, garage door installation, service, and repair. Is it time for you to call Gandert Door Company?
More than 1,000 successful business owners recognize the value of membership in the Mansfield-Richland Area Chamber of Commerce. Members receive free listings on the Chamber website and in the directory. The Chamber's Workers' Compensation Group Rating Program can save members thousands on their annual premiums. The Chamber supports the success of our area's small businesses.
It pays to belong. Call the Mansfield-Richland Area Chamber of Commerce today to see how you can join.
There we see the replay of the last play where Kane Minnick ended up leaving the field injured. It's either a knee or an ankle. Hard to tell from that. Oh, boy.
Kind of buckled pretty good. And he was, as I said before, he was battling the high ankle sprain as it was. So our best Kane Minnick. Hope that's not serious.
There's a snap, and here comes the kick. Rush from the outside. Got it away. The ball will bounce. And we'll be down to the 1-yard line. 4:51 left, so it's 1st and 10 to Ashland from their own 1. But they lead 28-0.
Well, next week for West Holmes, they're at home. That's a good thing. Mansfield Senior will be the opposition. Scott Valentine's Arrows. They'll also be home in the marquee matchup in the OCC next week. Orville against Ashland.
And we will be, for all intents and purposes, at Wynford next week as the Royals take on the Lucas Cubs. And depending on what happens tonight, that will be, at least heading into tonight, would be a battle for first place. But we'll see.
Some big matchups week in and week out as we come down the stretch now.
Housewright takes the snap and goes straight ahead. Got a couple, maybe to about the 3, and that's all.
12 carries, 28 yards for the quarterback, Taylor Housewright.
So Ashland will improve to 6-0 and continue their best start since 1963.
And you would certainly think they would remain points-wise in the top half of the 8 teams that'll qualify in Division II, Region 6. They should get significant points, even though they're playing down a division, for knocking off West Holmes tonight.
Give it away to Eisenhower. Does not run far with the football. Maybe got to about the 3. Maybe inside the 3. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 8. Original line of scrimmage was the 1-yard line.
Now they'll keep it on the ground here. Don't want to give West Holmes any kind of a cheap touchdown on a bad throw. 3:38, clock moving. Taylor Housewright's got the play.
3rd down and 8. Housewright directly under center, gets a snap, give it away. Here's Eisenhower running with a football. He gets close to the 10-yard line, gets close to the 11. Did he lose the football? The officials throw the beanbag, so that means fumble, and yes, he did. Turn it over. So 1st down, West Holmes.
Battling for the 1st down, and he had almost gotten there. And I think would have had the 1st down to keep the chains, move the chains, and keep the clock moving. But in his desire to keep the legs pumping, he got stripped. That is the 2nd fumble of the night for Ashland. But I certainly think it's a case of too little, too late as Brant Baker recovers the loose ball for the Knights.
3:22 left to play in the football game. And there's a new quarterback in there for West Holmes. It's Matt Mishler, excuse me. And usually when that happens, one team or the other calls time.
Well, congratulations to the homecoming queen and her court. Queen is Natasha Solomon. Other members of the court, Bethany Moore, Katie Stencil, Samantha Gray, and Courtney Fuller. Now here at Ashland, they also have a homecoming King's Court. The members there, Ian Connery, Reese Detro, Kurt Gillespie, Luke Rogers, and Neil Stevens. And I believe, we might have to get Jelaine to clarify this down on the field, but I believe Luke Rogers was actually declared the homecoming king. See if Jelaine can't clarify whether or not that's true.
Mishler, new quarterback for the West Holmes Knights, steps in, number 16, and will take the snap from center. Gets it and gives it away. Running with it is Brandon Mackey, the freshman who was brought up this week, as we made mention. And the clock will run. We will be under 3 minutes by the time they run the next play.
2nd carry tonight for Brandon Mackey for 5 yards. Okay, let me clarify. We got word from down on the field that the king is Reese Detro. And that must be Reese there in the king's crown to go with Queen Natasha Solomon.
Looks like the Burger King. Back to throw. Ball thrown and dropped.
I'm sure Reese appreciates that there, Jeffrey.
Number 30, Mark Acom. No, I'm sorry. You see those commercials on television. Pass incomplete. It's third down.
Well, new players all the way around, defensively and offensively. John Johnson, I think, is probably going to look back and think about the game that could have been. Had they been able to control the football early and not give it over on two very impressive-looking drives early on, this ball game may have evolved into something totally different than what we saw.
Mishler back and almost threw an interception. Cody Fast had it and put it on the ground, I think. Or was that Shadron Starnes? Yep, 59. Starnes had it, lost it. And that would have been an interception and yet another turnover for West Holmes tonight.
Well, Mishler delivers a bullet. Unfortunately, intended receiver Corey Snyder, there was a linebacker between them.
So it is fourth down and 11 with 2:44 left. We'll go with two wide receivers to the far side. Backs line up in the eye. Mishler gets the snap. He's back to throw. No. Looks like he wanted to fake it off play action, and West Holmes again puts the football on the ground. A fumble. And coming up with the recovery was Taylor Page. So everything goes right tonight for the Arrows, and everything goes wrong for the Knights.
Fourth fumble of the night, sixth turnover of the ball game. Giveaway takeaway in the game is +4 on the Ashland side. Ball is loose. Taylor Page jumping all over it.
Eric Cleveland is the new quarterback for Ashland.
Miscommunication in the backfield. The freshman Mackey running into Mishler, the quarterback, causing the fumble.
And Ashland will keep the football on the ground and just keep the clock running.
.228 to go. One first down here will bring the clock to 000.
Most of the crowd starting to leave. Issue's already been decided. Folks for West Holmes with a drive to Millersburg and whereabouts in
Imagine
Holmes
the bus
County.
is going to be a little quiet on the trip back.
Second down and about 9. They give it away, and running with a football is, trying to check and see who that is. That's number 48 for Ashland. Running with it is Justin Elanowski. 1:38 left. Gain on that last play of about 5. It's 3rd and 4.
Ashland defense making a statement here tonight. Two of the best defenses, the top two defenses in the OCC squaring off. And I think now that this one is almost done, we know who the top-ranked defense is and the top team in the area.
And they'll get another challenge next week, you can bet, when they play Orville. Handoff again. Elanowski has a first down and moves the football ahead to his own 40-yard line. So they'll stop the clock with 1:08 and then move the sticks and wind up the clock again. Ashland will run the ball, maybe 2 or 3 more plays, and that'll be that.
Well, when you get a chance to talk with Scott Valentine after tonight's game, if there was a more satisfying victory along the way this year, I don't know what it would be. There's not an awful lot to pick apart in terms of the way the Arrows played.
They took advantage of West Holmes' mistakes as Ashland winds up in the victory formation, so they'll take this snap as Cleveland takes it, puts a knee down. That's an interesting look.
Halloween's a month away, buddy.
He doesn't care.
He's celebrating homecoming Orange and black style here at Ashland.
Yeah, they put the football down. It doesn't look like Ashland has to snap it again. As I'm looking at the play clock, it's been turned off, and that's pretty much it. Ashland will improve to 6-0. West Holmes falls to 5-1. The final score here tonight, it's Ashland 28 and West Holmes nothing.
Hi, I'm Michael Miller, owner of Miller's Diamond Jewelry. We have something for everyone, but if you don't find it, we can create it. We have custom design experts, a graduate gemologist, a friendly trained staff, and the latest in laser technology. With our commitment to quality and service, we give you the brilliance you deserve. Visit Miller's Diamond Jewelry in the Appleseed Center, Mansfield, celebrating 55 years, where our customers are the real gems.
Multiple contusions, lacerations to the head, concussion, fractured femur, 3 broken ribs, internal bleeding. I'll do all that I can, but the outlook is not very promising. If you fully recover from the accident, that's good. But without health insurance, you owe over $100,000 in medical bills. I'll see if we can cover your debt by liquidating your assets, your house, your car. If that's not enough, you might think about getting a second job.
Avoid hospital bills you can't afford. See your agent or call this number now. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield offers health plans for as little as $99 a month.
Other than that, everything looks good.
Call this number now. We'll send you a free brochure that shows how paying a little each month can help you protect your health and financial future. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Final score, the Ashland Arrows knock off West Holmes to remain unbeaten at 6-0 as they win here 28-0. I'm here with Arrow football coach Scott Valentine. And coach, after the first drive, which looked pretty doggone good, it seems as though you were opportunistic tonight. If they're going to put the ball on the ground, you'll take advantage of it.
Well, that's in any game, turnovers a big key, and we were fortunate enough to get a lot of turnovers tonight and then take advantage of them.
Defense played pretty well against an offense. I guess it was second only to yours in the conference with 135 points. And talk about your defense. You pitched a shutout.
Well, I'll tell you what, our kids came out this week and, you know, they took the challenge of them being the top offense in the league, and they wanted to make sure that we became the top offense in the league by what they did tonight. And they played a heck of a game, and our defensive staff had a great game plan.
Offensively, you played well, too. It seems as though at times when you needed a big play via the pass, you got it. And then Dan Eisenhower did a nice job of running the football, and he looked pretty healthy, even though he was dinged up a little bit last week.
Yeah, I mean, as we came out, we felt we had to take advantage of some of the things they were giving us throwing-wise because they were trying to match us up, and we feel we got pretty good receivers. And our guys got out and made some catches, and then, you know, running the ball, our offensive line's doing a good job of pushing people, and Dan ran hard tonight, and it looked pretty good. Hopefully we just keep getting his ankle better and better.
No time to celebrate, really, because you got Orville next week, and the last we heard, they were beating Mansfield Senior, so it's out of the frying pan and right back into the fire.
That's our league this year. We knew that going in, that